dun, dun, dun,
I
dun.
know. I'm like, yeah, jamming out, man.
You see me doing that a lot in the back,
Yeah, I do too.
yeah, especially with I think it's
Six
Fanta's intro because
Fantas,
she has
Fantas.
that one section in the middle. Yeah.
Yeah. Six Gun Gorilla. I'm jamming
Yep.
like the one with the toad. What's that
Yeah.
one called? The toad
Frog
one?
G's. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like some of those commercials are just so good. And I'm just like,
Mhm.
man, I need to up my game.
Yeah, I'd like to know who they're using. That'd be nice.
Thanks. Yeah. Yeah.
So what's been going on?
Oh man, I've been busy. Busy. We're kickstartering. We are 1 week in, so we got like the big rush under our belt. We're
Yeah.
about we're at 69% giggity. Um and now we're in the long haul. You know how that goes where it's like, okay, it's going to be crickets for a few days.
Yeah.
But I got a lot of things that I'm going to release to like kind of get people excited. Marco finished coloring the spread cover to the Choose Your Own Adventure. I just haven't released it yet.
Mhm.
It's badass. So there's that. Professor Richness is coloring the 4th variant. I might have a surprise variant in the works
Oh,
from a
really?
very well-known artist, which just kind of fell in my lap. We'll see. We'll see. I can't announce anything yet because it's still in the works. So I got a couple. I want to do a surprise variant, but there's a couple guys that yeah, exactly. Like there's a couple guys I haven't decided on, but I got to make sure that it's done like during the campaign so people can come out and see it, right?
Yeah.
So, and then I'm just been all over the place. I have interviews every day, sometimes 2 a day, all the way
Mhm.
up to October 19th, every single day.
Wow.
Yesterday I did 2. Today I'm doing 2. Yeah. Monday I had 3 and one of them rescheduled. So it worked out. I was like, that's gonna be a busy day.
Yeah.
But yeah, I want people to be able to see what we're working on, get excited. We're gonna hit our goal. We did last time.
Mhm.
We were at 114%. I want to push a little harder and get that color stretch goal this time because our comic in color is just amazing. So I want to skip that black and white face and go right to the color.
Yeah. Yeah, we're definitely going to be sharing the campaign so we can show you those color pages to make sure that everybody gets to see those. Because I look, I mean, I admit it's selfish, but I want the color.
I want the color too. But it's like when you see it, you understand why. It's like, oh, this
Hmm.
black and white is cool. It's really good. It is a
Hmm.
great Western or like Walking Dead kind of feel. And then you see the color and you're like, oh, okay, no, I want this. You know what I mean? It brings the story to life. It really does. Where you can get lost in the story. So yeah, I'm pushing real hard for that because I want that. I want that too. I want my metal cover with
Right?
the color inside. That's what I want on
Exactly.
my shelf, so I can love it and stroke it. Sorry, I won't go.
See? That's it. Uh, what did I want to ask you? There was something I had it right there earlier today.
It's like, yeah, you
It
have my
was
undivided attention.
I know, right? And
Isn't that great?
what we need
And
is
I'm so
17 other
quiet.
people
I know,
yelling.
just louding and
Yeah,
yelling about anything and saying dropping f bombs every 2 seconds because that's like our normal
that's how I
interaction.
think. Yeah, I I think. No, what was the campaign wise so far, or even creation? What was the biggest difference between the first one and the second one that you found that you've been doing?
So the first one was really kind of experimental. Hello, how are you? That was my very first Kickstarter, so I really didn't have any expectations. It was kind of going in blind. Um, Hello, it's great for you to be here too. Thank you for joining us. Um, so it's like it was interesting to me, going through it the first time because everybody kind of tells you what's going to happen, and
Hmm.
it did. It followed exactly what people told me was going to happen. You're going to get a rush in the beginning. The first couple of days, everybody's going to come out that you talk to, and then it's going to slow down. You're going to kind of things will trickle in as you go, and then it'll be another big push at the end. So you're
Yep.
going to go crazy. Don't
Yes.
look at it every 5 minutes, right? You'll drive yourself nuts, which is
Mhm.
100% how it happened. The only difference is it happened a little faster this time.
Hmm.
So everybody that came back from the first campaign came back and actually spent more money than they did last time, which is great. And that says a lot about our project because people
Mm-hmm.
that were there are excited to be back and are really looking forward to what we have. But now it's like, okay, it's been a week. Still waiting on like new people to find us. So it's gonna be the same. You know what I mean? So the next couple weeks it's gonna be slow-ish. And that's kind of what I learned is like we're gonna start releasing things in the middle of the campaign instead of all at the beginning because we
Mm-hmm.
might get more views in the middle if it's like, okay, well, here's this cover and now it's finished. Here's this cover and now it's finished. Here's this new artist that we're bringing in. You know what I mean? Here's this new video that I've been working on, or here's the blooper reel to the video that you're gonna see.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, pops. Um, so we just, we try our best to kind of combat that plateau that happens in the middle of Kickstarter, but that is perfectly normal. And does it scare me? No. It is what it is. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? And we will get through it and we're going to be funded and we're going to produce ass books because that's what we do. So, hello.
So you mentioned people coming back and
Yeah.
grabbing the big things, phrasing. Um, because in your first one, you had something that I'll be honest, I hadn't seen before.
Yeah.
The pop, the custom pop.
The singularity level. Yeah.
Yeah. Now you did
Yeah.
something this time that I missed.
Which one? The singularity again?
Yes, somebody got the big one.
Yeah, it's the same person.
Oh
And
yeah.
she's determined. She's a collector and
Mm-hmm.
she loves our project. So I'll tell you what, if she gets like 3 and 4 and 5, I won't be surprised.
Nice.
If she misses one, she's probably going to show up on my porch. Like, hey, you need to make another one because I need it, Yeah, so I did this just kind of out of the blue. I was looking at Funko Pops. I really like Funko Pops. We have a
Mm-hmm.
bunch. And I threw it up there like, okay, this is all the shits and giggles. If we had a kitchen sink that would fit in the box, we would throw that in there too. And I didn't think anybody was going to back it. And that was the second backer. She grabbed that one. I was like, oh my gosh. So it's like, okay, you start paying attention when those kind of things go.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then we had it made. And
Yeah.
oh my gosh, I gotta try and get this in there where there's no glare. There we go. So the guy that does these is amazing. He hand sculpts a lot of these. Like he'll 3D print the base
Hmm.
and then he'll hand paint. And he like this character has a disc. This character has his machete and all it
Mm-hmm.
has pouches. And like Marco drew like this cloth on his leg. He has that. His boots are there.
Nice.
His hat is authentic. And it's like we have a freaking the first cover on the back. So on the
Mm-hmm.
next one, we're going to have the second A cover on the back. You know what I
Nice.
mean? And he's numbering these. So this is Jude's number 1 and Big James is number 2. I've already seen the prototypes of that. We're working on them. And oh my God, they're going to be amazing. Rachel, if you're watching this, you're in for a treat. So these are just like, it's a legitimate looking box that he threw
Mm-hmm.
in for the price of the pop as well. So it's like it was all together. There was other ones I was talking to where they're like, the pop is this much, but if you want a box, it's extra. And I was just like,
Yeah.
lame, of course I want a box. Why is that not included in my price?
Exactly.
Yeah. So what we did, because the Funkos were so popular, everybody's like, how do I get one? I was
Mm-hmm.
like, here's what I'm gonna do. The white box Funko Pop is the singularity. There's only one in the white box. The one that I have and
Mm-hmm.
Marco has is the brown box. This is the collector series. Everybody else will have an orange box. And the maximum I'm going to make of that one is 50. Now, it just depends on how many people order them. So right now, there's only 3 people. So it would be like 1 of 3. You know what I mean? Which is
Mm-hmm.
more exclusive than 50. So it depends on how many get ordered. That's the exclusivity. So when people are able to order the Jude St. Clair one, I had the singularity of Big James the Bear. So that's the white box. That's the most exclusive one. And so
Okay.
when we go to campaign for number 3, then it will be the orange box of Big James, and then we'll have a new character. Yeah, I know, isn't it? Like this
Nice.
blew my mind. When it showed up, I was like, take all the pictures, show all the people. It's so cool.
Yeah.
And the bear is going to be that much cooler. The bear is one of my favorites, man. we'll show you pictures of Big James the bear. It's I
Yeah,
I get so excited, I get tongue tied. It's great.
I've been waiting.
So yeah, so we did that, and of course Rachel came back and she was like, "Mine." And I'm glad that she got it because again, she'd be showing up like, "Excuse me, where's my phone go?" Be like, "Here you go."
Yeah, you definitely don't want that knock at 2 a.m.
No, they'll be like, "We're opening another singularity." We're gonna call it duality, right? Because there's a gun to my head.
There's a,
Oh, it's there. It's
yep,
there.
it's here. It's in the
It's in the chat.
descriptions. Yep, it's in the
Yeah,
chat.
come take a look, man. We got lots of good stuff. We just started talking about the fun stuff.
Yeah, we get to do that. We get to do
Yeah.
that's the fun of doing this. So let's bring up.
Yeah.
I have that added here already. Because
There we are.
Pops beats a lot of people. He sounds nice, but he's really.
With a stick.
I know. I drove with him for 2 days, and I was like, constant beatings.
Just kidding. We love you, Pops.
Waiting for him to respond.
I know. He's like,
Christ, he's not back here.
I was going to say, is he going to show up in the stream? Listen.
Listen. He's an admin here. He should be able to do it.
That's true.
But yeah, so you are already here.
Yeah.
Just lightning fast.
Yeah, less than a week. It's a week today. So we're pretty much, we're more than halfway funded. We're like at 69%, which is where we are. But like I said, we're going to be funded. I have no question.
Mm-hmm.
See, there he is. There's your comment. Sure. You could just own that.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes I pay extra for it. Yeah, 50 is definitely.
Yeah, we're at 50, which is cool. Now, if we get another 50, you're going to see some videos from me. One of the things that we do is kind of an extra to stand out is I always make a short film. I also come from a production background. So how I actually got it started writing was I used to choreograph fight scenes for productions. So like music videos and short films and stuff like that. So I managed a fight team and we would fit people in. We would train actors or, the talent, or we would fit our people in there to be the extras in the back. Hey, that's so cool. It's kind of like take a picture because it's like it's that number. And then, but let's get some more backers because let's get to 70, right?
Yep.
So anyways, so I always have a short film and I don't remember where I'm going with this now. So you get to see that too there. I forgot. Let's just keep going.
I want to know. Yeah.
Yes.
I want to know who ran you over.
My husband.
Living the dream.
When you see, like, if you watch our welcome video, like, I still need Allie to remaster the sound on the second half because it's terrible. But he pushes me off like a stool, like, boom, like really fast. And like he, at the end, there's a bear scene. He's in the, like, let's watch it. I'll show you. It's funny. And I apologize about the sound. It's bad at the end. So if you can get past the sound, it's kind of funny. See?
I didn't get to play as it.
I know. I'm the boss.
There's the color.
Oh, kung fu music.
Oh, did you see my intro?
This sounds so much better.
Well, this one's not the remastered one. When we get to the second half, it's the bad part. Allison still is trying to fix it for me, but she's been this part.
Hi, I'm Laurie, Calcaterra, writer and creator of Path of the Pale Rider. For you new folks, this is a Western apocalypse comic book series where the dead don't die. In this. See, in this world, your body dies, but your soul and your energy just doesn't leave. Meaning, all life gets to experience memory loss, indifference, violence, memory loss, emotional detachment, and even memory loss during the decay phase.
No mercy.
He just
No
like,
mercy.
I really went flying.
Rider is much more than just a comic book. If you scroll down to that section, the big picture, you're going to see a short film that we put together. It's Path of the Pale Rider fans. And you know what? You can participate in the next one. Last but not least, each issue has a riddle to solve where you can interact with the world itself. If you want to join the fun, back us today.
He's the one that pulled me out of the scene too. So he was just my Ferris Bueller ending. What are you doing? Why are you still here? Go
Exactly.
back us.
Yeah. How's it going, Pops?
Pops.
It's all action, Chris.
That's right, baby.
It's all action, bro. All day long.
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Not only. Okay, listen, fella. He said he was at 69%, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
You are.
At 69%.
My pledge was.
And Chris pledged $69. Giggity giggity goo.
It's a numbers game. It's a numbers game.
See, it's all connected.
Vicious Sync, I feel like we're the same person right now. We're having fun.
I don't know if you guys know, but I caught Vic over there on Fanta's channel earlier.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was over there promoting his book on Fanta's channel, and I don't know if that was like the first time she's done a promo stream like that for somebody, but she did pretty good, man.
Cool.
We got to suck her up over here into the network. I'm saying,
Yeah.
we got to get her to do a show over here. You know.
Yeah, she was there earlier playing with us too.
Yeah,
Cool.
she played in the game with us.
Won again.
And won again, yes. And won again.
As she should.
Twice.
She can definitely hunt.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, so the premise of our story, what's that? Issue number 2. Yep, we're going to do another 24. It's going to be 24 pages. We're pushing for color. Right now it's black and white if we don't hit that color stretch goal, but there might be a little bit of wiggle room there now that I'm with Charter. So we might be able to still do the color if we don't hit that. But I think we should hit that. I don't foresee that being a problem.
Yeah.
So in this world, your body dies, your soul, your energy, whatever you want to call it, doesn't leave your body. So you're stuck. There's no rest. You don't pass on. You're stuck in your body as it's decaying. You just get to hang out and go crazy because your brain decays in your skull. So these undead people don't turn into like flesh-eating zombies craving brains. It's still like, it's me. It's your brother, your sister, your neighbor, it's them. But as they decay, they become more chaotic, forgetful,
unstable, mentally.
Violent, unstable, detached. It's like it hits everybody a little differently. Just like if you had dementia or it's like every single terrible degenerative disease that you could have is all combined.
Hold up.
Like after somebody decides to do a keg stand.
I'm just saying you have to write the zombie with roid rage in there at some point.
Oh, there is.
Nice.
Do you think that's not in there? That is in there. So yeah, but it's people, animals, insects, everything. So it kind of like breaks the world. It's like we have overpopulation, we have riots, we have societal problems. We have famine.
We have breaking news.
Yeah.
gonna
We
get
do
there,
have
yep.
breaking news.
We have
So it's
breaking
just,
news.
10 years into the apocalypse is where we start the comic, and that's
Mhm.
devolved back to the Wild West. So that's
If
kind
you
of the
don't
world
know
that you're
what's
getting.
happening, if you don't know what's happening with this comic book, you need to get on board. You need to get the catch-up tier. You need to get
Yeah.
number one so you know what's happening. But you also need to watch this video.
Yep, we are going to get to that one in a second.
I don't know if we have a pathetically. We probably do. Yeah, actually, I think we do. I think when we get a little further on, you're going to have an extended flashback where you get to see some riots, and there'll be some pathetically crying emo undead.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
So
And Roy Rage
I-
in the same panel. That'll be great.
No, that's a different story.
I don't want you to tell me what it is, but Kirkman's famous for saying, I don't know, right? With Walking Dead, how it all happened.
No, he does know.
Does he? Because last I
Yeah.
heard he didn't. I didn't pay
pitched
attention.
it to Image that it's a meteor that came in and hit the Earth from outer space and had an alien virus on it.
Really?
And that's what they thought they were signing, was that it's a zombie flick with aliens. Or not flick, but it's a series.
Yeah.
But then he forgot to write in alien stuff. He just left it out.
Beautiful.
Intentionally left it out. So at some point when it had already taken off, they were like, Kirkman, are we getting the aliens? And he was like, nope. And they were like, okay.
It's already successful. We're okay. So
Right,
do
exactly.
you know?
It's like, we don't really need that. You know what I mean? So he
Yeah.
does know. But I do answer that question.
Oh, you do?
I do. So we have 13 issues for the whole first arc. I have the first arc. I'm writing the second arc. There will definitely be a third arc, but then I'm probably going to wrap it up. I do have an ending in mind. There is an ending. But for the first arc, that 13 issues, I think you find out in issue number 10. I think so. So you do get to find the answer, because that's what this whole story is about. Like, what the fuck happened to death? You know what I mean? And that's what this guy is doing, is he's researching all these conspiracy theories looking for the answer. So I'm going to give you the answer. But of course, once you find out what the answer is, it goes off in a completely different direction.
Yeah.
So the second arc is wild.
So there were
It's
some
crazy.
people being asked that same kind of question.
Right. So,
Yeah.
like I was saying, these short films, right? So, in the first issue, we did a commercial for the undead retirement community. We can watch that. But this is the conspiracy theory video. And these are all fans from the comics. So, they all came together and they were either sending me things or they were present and let me interview them. And this is kind of how it all came together. So, enjoy.
Nice. Whoop.
Looks legit, right?
Good evening. Thank you for joining us on Channel 13 WDED. I'm Louis Landon. As you know, we've been following this crisis as it develops. And now we'd like to go live to Ellie Brock on location, talking to you, the viewer, on what you think caused this horrific crisis. Ellie, good evening. And how are you?
Hello, Louis. How are you? I'm here on location today. We're going to walk the streets and see what people have to say. Hello. Thank you for joining me this afternoon.
You got it.
What do you think broke the
You
death
got
box?
it.
It's so funny.
It's the cats.
You know, if I had to pick one thing, it'd be the aliens.
Aliens.
That's why we did that, because of Kirkman.
Where did
Yeah.
they come from?
Outer space.
Why do you think the death process is broken?
I can tell you. It's that damn sugar.
That's a good question. And a lot of you are going to say the government. I know, in fact, most of you are going to say the government.
I think it's the government.
Do you want to talk about
I love
what you
this
think
one, too.
broke the death process?
Sir.
Sir, do you have a second? I'd like to ask you a question.
It has to be Anthony Fauci.
None of this is the reason death was broken.
I honestly think it's vaccines.
Vaccines.
What's causing the undead and what's causing the human form to turn into the undead. And it's not just death. If you think about it, this makes sense.
No comment.
Wait,
No
are you saying
comment.
we can't die?
I think it's the food that we eat.
It's in our candy.
I'm not answering. Well, of course.
Is it for real? Like, maybe it's not. Maybe it's not.
I bet it's the cats. I know it's the cats.
Everything is genetically processed now.
So GMOs.
Remember the pygmies? I think they're back.
No fucking comment.
It's the nanotech.
It's about right.
And he who sat upon it was death.
Can you elaborate? He's
Look,
Jesus.
man, I don't know. Back off.
Maybe this is all just a really bad trip.
You people, I think you guys are all at fault. The media, the government, Big Pharma. You guys know who did this, and I won't stand for it.
No comment.
It's in our coffee.
Jesus Christ. Well, I mean, your body dies. So where can people go to find this information?
Google.
Google.
To Google it. Yogurt?
Not the yogurt.
It's not.
It's in our drinks.
Can you be more specific? Nope. Is there a cure? I don't think so.
Honestly, I think there's a colony of pygmies, and I think they are out casting voodoo spells.
That blueberries got me real concerned.
It's in the brisket.
Yes.
It's in the barbecue.
Brisket. Look around you. How many deaths do you hear about?
A lot right now.
So of course it was the witches. They're the smartest people in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Skinny G. He must have given me some bad stuff.
You just said I don't die.
Your body dies, but yeah, you stay in it while you decay.
It's sugar. Don't believe everything you hear.
It's absolutely organic.
Just the meat,
Barbecue
and the
brisket.
water,
And the water.
and the vegetables.
That's the limits of life.
It's McDonald's. McDonald's broke death. And the reason I say that is if you think about it, their food don't actually burn. Their food was designed to be consumed by the dead. But see, if you take it, then you die. So it's the consumption of eating the food that only is made for that do not die. You get what I'm saying? It's McDonald's. Trust what I'm telling you.
It's just a bad trip.
Crazy. It's crazy stuff.
I'm gonna go rob a bank.
Oh my God.
I don't know why the dead don't fucking die. Look at me. Look at me. Put the phone.
And there you have it. We've spent all day asking people what they think. There's some truly wild accusations out there, and let me say, we really have no idea.
Go to commercial. Is she okay? Somebody call 911.
I really, really, really wanted to go to commercial right then.
Yeah. I was thinking the same. Wonder what one
I was
we
like,
can play quick.
Gone hunting, do it now.
The cats are always a fan favorite, and so is the McDonald's. The guy running to go rob a bank, and then the guy with the knife sticking out his back. I mean, like, we had a lot of fun. So yeah, it's just one of the cool things we do. So whenever there's a new issue, there'll be a new short film. It's like we get to explore.
It was
What's
so
that?
much fun doing it that I was still thinking of ideas to
Yeah.
send her for other people to do.
Yeah, Pops was like, "What
You know?
if we had a guy that had a thing that's sticking out of his back?" And I'm like,
Just
"Can I-
act like
can
it
I
was all
use that?"
that ain't
Pops was
true,
like,
and
"Yeah."
then mine he's all dead already.
Oh yeah, they had fun with that.
Dude, that's all I wanted. Man, I want to entertain people and have fun. That's the kind of stuff that makes doing this part of it fun.
Yeah.
That makes promoting fun when you get to be involved in the promotion, when you get, when it's funny, when people are laughing, that's what this is about. Having a good time.
So in issue number 1, Jude is like in the wild. You see like dilapidated infrastructure, buildings burnt down, cars upside down. You see him in the woods and almost attacked by a pack of wolves. You see him talk to some people, but not a lot. Oh, a bear trainer? Dude, we are now friends. I don't know you, but we are best. Did we just become best friends? We just became best friends. Jude is looking for some guy.
Can you imagine having a real bear
No.
in your next video?
No, I would crap my pants. Let's make that happen. Can we please make that happen? How much I gotta pay for a bear trainer? Let's find that out. So anyway, so he wakes up this undead bear because of a stupid decision that he made. And now he had to deal with the consequences of waking up this gnarly bear that we call Big James. So issue number 2, he's headed into this city. It's a town called Santa Claus. So that's where he's headed in this next issue. So these pages that you're going to see is Jude headed into this town. I just wanted to point out, you see that one that's going, Gah, the one next to him, that's an immortality backer. So people last campaign, when they backed a certain level, were able to have us draw them into the comic. So that dude right there, that's one of the backers. And if you scroll down, that dude's head that's on the sign, that dude right there, that's an immortality backer. It's funny we call you immortal because we kill you pretty quickly in this comic. So it's kind of funny. But it just kind of shows you like how terrible of a place Santa Claus really is for certain people. They're really not friendly. It says alive only, all dead hang. So they just kind of use them as a deterrent. Heaven forbid you're one of them and you turn undead, they just hang you as signage so you can point the way to the saloon. Nice people.
Yeah.
And of course, the first thing they say is, look alive, you got a stranger. So obviously they're not really welcoming here to anybody. Yeah. So here's where like Jude's like, hey, well, the bartender's like, did BJ get you? So this is where we introduce the name of the bear, right?
Yeah.
BJ, Big James the bear. Between the rock slides and BJ, most newbies don't come up I-93. I'm the writer, artist for the interior, and the A cover is named Marco DeFillo. He's kind of shy. You don't usually see him on the interviews, but he will come out. He was out for our launch party. He's a good guy. He's going to be at Cowtown. We're going to share a table. So he does make appearances. So anyway, it's like, I'm looking for this guy named Dwayne Fink. I've been looking all over the place for him. He has substantial information. Bartender's like, he's right over there. It's your lucky day. Right? Drunk guy. Fountain nonsense. Right? So here he is. Let me get this straight, Dwayne. The man of gold found the fountain of youth. No, Jimmy. Gold lives forever because he snared death. I could do his voice if you want me to, because that makes it funny. How old did you say he was again? Let me see. Chug, 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 chug. He's at least 100, 203. Spilling his drink on people. Like, he's quality, right? Now, look at this color page.
Yeah.
Because black and white is great.
Yeah, we got to get this one to color, guys.
We got to get it to color. We have to.
I mean, I love the line work, but the color pops.
Look at this.
We got to get it to color. Just look at the stack of poker chips and shit. It's like,
I know. Look at his disc. Look at what he's wearing. It's so detailed and it just comes to life. It jumps off the page. So, of course, Dwayne is standing on a table talking about the wrath of God and filling the world with the undead, and we're getting judged, spilling his drink on the same guy and falls off the damn table. And the sheriff is like, all right, Dwayne, this happens every time you get excited. So in other words, these people do this to Dwayne all the time. They feed him drinks and let him talk crazy. Let's go sleep it off in the drunk tank. Ow, my head hurts. And then the bartender's like, are you sure this is the important person you're looking for? And of course, how embarrassing, right? It's like, Jude's like, he's like, yeah, that's him. Yeah, he's like, I guess so. Look at him. It's like the town idiot. You know what I mean? You're like this important guy, and it's like this guy, right?
Pretty sure I'm related to him. I'm not.
Are you?
More than once.
Yeah, more than once. I tell you what.
Woo!
So, what's the significance of the color of the disc?
The color is when the line is green. Like, okay, so when it's beating, but it's not really activated unless you tap it. So when they tap it, it's kind of like, give me your license, sir. So they'll activate it. So when it's active, it will glow the color green and have the heartbeat, and it has a speaker, so you'll hear the audio of the heartbeat. Boom, 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 boom. And if you activate it and it's someone that's undead, it'll flatline. It'll alarm like flatline, just the beep, and it will be red. Okay. So the whole point of those is
Red
it's a
because
real
you're
easy
dead.
way for someone to tell if you're alive or you're not. But again, it's technology, and people hack technology. Technology can malfunction. So these things can go wrong. It can cause all sorts of problems. People are probably getting shot or tased because their freaking disc doesn't work. Or there's undead walking around convincing people that they're still alive using a hacked disc. So there's that to keep in mind. So anyway, Jude is like, the things I have to do in order to get information. So he's planning something. What's that? Oh, never mind. So something's coming.
Dun, dun,
You know what I
dun.
mean? So you got to see. It's a wild ride. 2, 3, 4, and like once we get to 8, there's no turning back. There's a bunch of yep. That was one of the rewards from our last campaign. When we did our last video, we had riots. So the rioters were all wearing these undead supporter patches. So dead outside, still human inside, and that's that disc with the line through it, like no disc.
Don't kill the dead, man. Don't
Well,
kill
don't
the dead.
separate us. We're friends. We're family. That's what the whole point is. That's what that movement is about. Like you're taking people that can feel and think, and you're separating them from their families because it does not matter if you're 65 or 6. They're coming to get you.
Pine Fox, baby.
It's messed up. So that's me. I'm a big old fat nerd doing Mad Max, The Walking Dead, East to West, Invincible, Attack on Titan, The Matrix, Lazarus Low, The Cell, Watchmen, many others, Marvel Comics, Image Comics, DC Comics, Star Wars, Star Trek, The Witcher, Game of Thrones. You get the point. I'm a giant nerd. I watch it all. I also am a martial artist. So I've been practicing for 25 years. I like weapons. I got a few just hanging out because that's what I do. And choreographing fight scenes is where I came from. So when you see the fights in my story, they always are story driven. They're good fights. You know what I mean? But they also make sense to the character. Like Jude is not a martial artist, but I have other people that are. So when we get to those big fights, oh my God, you're going to have a fun time. Of course, this is Mr. Marco DeFillo.
There's nothing like I remember. Look, everybody loves 90s, right?
Yes.
But I remember so many of those stories where they're throwing a punch and the fist is 5 miles past their head, and then they're being deflected off to this side.
No.
It never looks right. But
hey, Ronnie, what's up, Ronnie?
So yeah, anytime you can get that right, that's good. Now who's this guy?
Yeah, that's Marco DeFillo. People, he has like all these like professional headshots, and then there's me. I'm like, dee. Yeah. So that's he's our artist extraordinaire. So head of art. He's a big nerd too. He likes a ton of anime. He's a little younger than I am, so likes a little bit different stuff, but graduated in 2020 from Kansas City School of Art. So his teacher was Kyle Strom. Okay. So that's kind of the school he comes from. He was our variant. So David Rodriguez, who was involved in the first issue, did that zombie cover. Yeah, it says Dead West. So this is not a good look for Jude, behind bars and half dead.
Definitely
could it happen?
red.
He has a red disc, right? So he did. Maybe it'll happen. Maybe it won't. I don't know. I killed just about everybody. But Dead West is the original working title that I was writing under back in like 2018 when I started writing. But there's like 2 bands and a novel series that are ongoing with the name Dead West. So I was like, let's update the name. We can make it a little more meaningful. And then I don't have to share social media searches with these other groups, right? We want to be the only Path of the Pale Rider out there, which we are. So.
Yeah. Who did
but
this?
Look at those hands, man. This is our Christmas cover. We made a Charlie Brown Christmas tree and we covered it with zombie parts. This is so great on so many levels because if you look at it, it's gross and disgusting, but it's so meaningful. We got a red disc. We got people hanging out. It's like the dude at the very top. We named him David so he can be a star. The crow's eating him. There's an undead squirrel. Just like
did I miss this? Oh, there it is.
There he is. Like there's hands, there's watches, there's feet.
It's a Charlie Brown tree.
it cracks me up because it says welcome to Santa Claus, because this is, of course, issue number 2. And like just the sign where it says welcome to Santa Claus. And of course, this is the most unwelcoming image you could possibly see. So it's like oxymoron of this cover. So if you have friends like Ronnie that are like horror fans, like me and Ronnie, this is a great Christmas gift, people. You should come back us. Merry Christmas.
Yeah,
Professor
this one looks
Richness.
familiar.
Huh?
This one looks familiar.
This is the one that you're getting. This is Rich Parada, Professor Richness, as we call him, professor of comic art over at, what's it called? What's his university called? It's like
The Confetti. The Confetti School of Art in
Mm-hmm.
Nottingham.
Yeah.
Nottingham.
So, what Pop said. Pops, you all right? You've been drinking, man.
Wait a minute. Does that mean that somebody's going to rob from Rich to give to?
See, and we give him
I don't
shit
know,
about the sheriff
'cause
being
he
the
is
sheriff.
rich.
Now he's the professor of Nottingham.
But I don't know. So yeah, so this is like the very Western saloon card game shenanigans that's gonna, we're talking about. So he's got the 4 aces with skulls. He's got a disc there, overflowing beer. It's like this was really fun to talk about. Oh yeah, this machete's out. So there's gonna be some good old Western fun. If you familiar with spaghetti westerns and Clint Eastwood movies, yeah, that's where we're going, people.
We know that one.
Dwayne. I keep calling him Dwight for some reason. My damn character. That's just the bartender. That's just Rich's version of the bartender. And of course, he had to throw in some prostitutes because that's where Rich's brain goes.
Never been more proud.
I know. I was like, I don't really have any chicks. He's like, I'm gonna throw some prostitutes, and I was like, okay, make sure it's suitable for work. He's like, okay, I can do that.
Yep, that's my boy.
Stretch goals, people, 100 backers. We're going to release the blooper reel. Of course, we're going to do that. If you thought the video was funny, oh my God, the bloopers are even funnier. 5,000, that's easy to get to. It's like $450 over goal. That's like one day. I'm going to send you all a big James splash page from number 1 that Marco colored. And if you look at it, it's just amazing. Frame that sucker. I want one.
You have me spoiled because now I'm looking for like hidden meanings and hidden things and everything. Now.
There's a good reason for that. Nobody found one of the secrets I sent out in the last one. I had Chris. I was like, okay, Chris, freaking, do you have a black light? And he was like, is it weird if I do? And I'm like, no, get it out. I'm like, I sent you a thank you note. He's like, yeah. I'm like, look at the back with the black light. He's like, oh, there's a message there. I was like, Nobody found it. So when you see like skull hands pointing or you see keys, there's something more behind it. You know what I mean? So I like to throw secrets in there, secret messages, secret hints. If you solve the riddle, you get to interact with one of my characters, and I'm going to hint the heck out of what's going to happen. So 6,500.
Yep.
This Kickstarter number 2 will be fulfilled in color from the jump. So no black and white and re-release, just color. We want to skip that black and white face, go right to this. It's like beautiful. That Clint Eastwood squint.
Yeah.
The light across the eyes. It's awesome. The horse. That issue number 1 is going to hit so much harder with the blood pools.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I pictured it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I like that. That's real good color on the metal.
That and the perspective of it. It's just like in your face, So 7,700. We go back and we color the first issue. Okay, we're gonna release it on a limited run. So that whole first issue you can get again in color if you choose to. Now 7,700, we're gonna color it. I'm not forcing anyone to buy it again. It's like if you want to, you can. $10,000. We're gonna pay Allie McGlone. She's going to do a one-shot, 8 pages. It could be a little more. It could be 10 pages. And it develops another side of the story. So I have this really nasty character called the Skinner. You actually get to meet him in the Choose Your Own Adventure, and bad stuff happens if you come across this guy. So we're going to develop him in his own one-shot so you can kind of see some of the nastier things that are walking around in this world. You never know. Jude could come across the Skinner.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Now
mean,
this
in
one,
the main story. That's the cool part of these because I'm writing them all. So we have like the main arc, we have choose your own adventure, and we have like one shots that we're gonna do, and all of the stories kind of meet at some point. You know what I mean? So it's like you could see people from the choose your own adventure in the main story. You could see we could do one shots of other things. So it's like you're gonna see the whole world, you know, at different points in time, which is cool because with the main story, it's like you see that you get the meat and potatoes, you get to follow the main path of Jude, but if he doesn't see it happening, you don't get to see it happening.
Mm-hmm.
So there's all this other cool stuff that's going on, and we'll
And
talk about that choose your own adventure.
I was going to say we are definitely going to be talking about the choose your own adventure, but we got to talk about this.
I like to stab things.
No.
So if we get to 12 grand, people, I'm going to put on a red dress. I will get all nice and fancy. I will let you vote on which machete because I have a few. I have 3. Or I will bring out the sledgehammer. And I changed it to pumpkins because it's Halloween. So it was originally watermelons, but we're going to switch it to pumpkins because why not? It's the season, right? So I will either dismember or smash the hell out of some pumpkins on live if we can do that, and that will be freaking hilarious.
And also,
but wait,
we will be closing
there's
this
more.
campaign at CromCon.
Yes, we are. We're going to do the countdown during CromCon.
Yes, we will be killing it during CromCon, and that's just partying afterwards. So anybody that wants to come out for the closeout party, you just hang out for the final panel. We'll just roll it all the way till bedtime. You know.
Speaking of coming out, I have never wanted to see 13,000 hit more than this.
There's more. That's all it is an extra 3,000. And Professor Richness will also put on a red dress and smash whatever he can get his hands on. It's going to be so funny. I'm going to pee my pants. I swear to God. He's a good sport. He volunteered that. So, yeah.
Are you kidding me?
No, it's official. You can't change it now.
No, it's there. He always volunteers to do these things, and then he's like, God, I gotta do that. And I'm like, you said it, not me, dude.
Usually with a few more curse words in there.
I'm just sitting here and I'm thinking, now we got to bring that up every time he's on a stream with us.
Oh my God. So he remembers.
We have to bring it up though. That not only covering your book, but it covering his volunteering to humiliate himself for your book. That's so wonderful of him.
I love Rich. He's such a nice guy. He's like doing covers, and he came on the lunch, even though it was like 2:30 in the morning in the UK. He hung out with a while. Yeah, Lady in Red, I will totally do it. I will totally do it. And I will have a blast. I'll wear the reddest lipstick you have ever seen in some red shoes.
And if you mean Rich, the same goes. Red shoes, red lipstick.
You know, let me tell you something about Rich. We had the ladies' night. I think it was the first one, right? Way back when.
That was one of the first shows I was
on. Into the chat and he's like, if I put on makeup and wear fake boobs, can I come out? Now, who's going to say no to that, right?
Right?
No.
So
come on, Rich, let's do it.
Like his wife masquerade and lipsticked his ass and everything, and he had all the makeup on, and they put a bra with fake boobs on. You know, like I was like, oh my God, I love Rich. He's hilarious. He makes it fun.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a lot of people, you know, is like, I don't care. He's fun. Hang out.
Who wants to know how to solve this riddle? I'll tell you how to solve it right now. This is called a red reveal. And now, if you have a physical copy, you have this on the back cover of issue number 1. If you open up your cover or your back cover, excuse me, I wrote a crossword puzzle, and there's a little piece of red camera. There's a piece of red cellophane, right? So if you take this piece of cellophane and you start moving it down the edge, the blue writing will pop out. FB search is FB search group. And then you gotta solve the bottom part. So it's this part right here. So this will send you to some place in the real world. So I'll know when you solve it because Oh no. But
Mhm.
solve it, because the riddle for number 2 is coming real quick. And you want to be able to
Yeah.
have bragging rights.
I can't.
Search and you will find people.
I can't.
This is
solve it.
the short film from issue number 1. This is only 2 minutes, so if you want to watch it, we can.
Oh, I love this. This is
You love this
Pine
one?
Fox.
Yeah, this is Pine Fox.
When it comes to an inspired and privileged retirement, Pine Fox is where you want to be. Quality of life, peace of mind, harmony, it's all here. The setting is beautiful and peaceful. The atmosphere is lively and enriching. The amenities have something for everyone and every interest.
Uh-oh.
At Pine Fox, your health and well-being is a top priority. Our community is growing and just waiting for you to join us. If making the most of your AD years matters to you, the choice is clear.
Whoops.
Pine Fox.
Katie, time to come in.
Okay, Mom.
For more information, call
Look at the skull. You see the skull?
555-3323 or visit pinefox.com today.
They all come back. You can stop it. The rest of it's just credits.
Yeah.
Whoa. And this is the long version. We do not have to watch this. If people, you want to see the long, extra funny version of the short film for number 2, it's about 8 minutes. It's yeah. So you'll see more of Cat Lady. You'll see more of McDonald's. You'll see more of the witches and the aliens, because I let them all talk more, but I couldn't justify putting an 8-minute video out and making people sit there for it. So there's all our social media. We're everywhere. Facebook group, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, website. We're all everywhere. Come hang out with us. We do we have all sorts of stuff. Like we do memes, we do caption this. I do riddles for sneak peeks. We played this. I'm going to bring that one up again because we haven't done it in a while. We got lots of new people. It's like you Google the word apocalypse and then your name and search the images, and whatever comes up first, you put that in the chat. It's really freaking funny to see like what these people are wearing, like an apocalypse outfit. It's hilarious. So I'm going to revisit that one because there's a bunch more people in the group. I think we doubled our group this year.
Nice.
Yeah. We're almost at 400. We have about 395 people in the group. Thank you, Ronnie.
Zombies Live, that group?
Yeah, that's a different group. Zombies Live. I think it's Zombies Live. That's just myself, and I call them the Zombie Bros. It's myself and Sam Willis, Trey, and Brandon. They're the creators of 2 other zombie indie comics, Avalon and Raise. Thank you, Ronnie. And we just wanted to dish about zombie genre and comics and what we were going through, because we're all kind of in the same place, starting out as noobs in the indie world. And we just decided to form a group. So it's like we put our updates in there. We razz each other. We'll do lives together, which is like completely unhinged. Those guys are really funny. And yeah. They're all 20-something, and then there's me. One of these things is not like the other. Hey, we got some friends in there. We got Sam Vera's Alien in My Toilet.
Yeah.
Really funny, all ages. So there's his link. Go check out his book. It has trivia and puzzles, and it's really great for kids because they can practice writing. So they can, like he was talking about, how they can write the end of the comic on some
There's
of these,
an
which is
adventure
cool.
book.
Yeah,
There's a
a coloring
book. There's
book.
all kinds of stuff on that.
Oh, cool stuff, man. He's really funny. Like, it's really funny stuff.
Duty is from Uranus, just
Yeah.
so you know.
And the dog thinks he's a giant jalapeno walking around.
The dog thinks he's
It's too funny. So campaign runs till October. Hey, look who's this.
Yeah.
Oh, what do you mean you're scrolling through? Upcoming project, new friend of mine. She is also a horror writer. She's a young lady like myself. So we kind of, made friends because it's like we want to put stuff like this out there. And people are telling us, you can't do that because you're a girl. Watch me, right? That's when we start singing, I came in like a wrecking ball. Terrible. So she has some really cool stuff out there, man. Hyper violent. It's coming out soon. She doesn't have a date yet, but her pre-launch page is up. So I put the link there. If you're interested in following that, there's about a Dean Hunter. It's a pretty wild ride for that one too. So
yeah,
if you got a project and you want me to stick it on there and we're friends, let me know, man. We'll put it up.
Now I grabbed the Choose Your Own Path, Choose Your Own Adventure book. What can you tell us about this?
All right. So one of the things between last campaign and this campaign, when I was doing interviews, I would talk about like the world and the choices that these people have to make and how like there's ethical questions that come up about like how you treat the undead, whether you would support them or not support them based off of what's happening, right? So a lot of the feedback I got on multiple interviews was, hey, this would make a really great choose your own adventure. I think 6 or 7 people told me that. Okay. So I was like, all right, I'm listening. I wrote one. And I wasn't sure if it was going to be a hit. So I let some people beta test it. It was a hit. So I'll tell you what, though, out of the, 12 people that ran it, everybody died except for one.
Nice.
So it's a tough world to be in, but you get to run bounties. You'll see some characters that you already know. You're going to see some things that haven't come up in the story, but are really wild. I give you a checkpoint. So even though everybody dies the first couple times, if you like you started a saloon, if you run your bounty and you get back to the saloon, that's kind of like your checkpoint. And then you'll run the second half of the book. And if you die in that second half, you start at the checkpoint at the saloon, not all the way back at the beginning. So you're going to see some very fantastic deaths. In fact, I'll show you one of them if you put up the 3POTPR PowerPoint. I'll show you.
I was just going to get into those. Yep.
Yeah.
See, we're like here.
See? Right here.
Is that
right
this
here.
one?
The other one.
That's the other one?
This. Okay, so this is issue number 2. Yes, Ronnie. I want to come on your show, Ronnie. I want to come hang out with you. I haven't talked to you really since the last time I've been on your show. So again, here's 2. I always have a quote page, so I showed people the quote page. The last quote from like the first issue was like something really flowery and poetic about heaven and hell and souls and the damned. And this one is like from Beetlejuice. So it just goes to show you like I have a sense of humor. Here are those 4 pages. Here's the riddle. I'm not going to stay on it because I'm not ready for people to solve it yet, but it's there. Here's some swear words in sign language because one of my characters does this and it's flippin' funny. He's sarcastic and he will double talk. So he'd be like, that's great. I'm glad you're, you know what I mean? And he'll make the gestures so people don't know what he's talking about. This is the cover for the Choose Your Own Adventure. It's been completed. So it has been colored and lettered, but I'm not releasing it yet. So it'll be there soon. You'll see it soon. Probably this week. I was trying to wait and see when Rich was going to finish the cover because I wanted to space out those 2 things. So we'll see. But if you look at this, man, Marco has like flying zombie heads and a 7-Eleven blowing up. And there's a Target truck in the background. There's zombies that are cut in half, zombies that are on fire.
Easter eggs. I love Easter eggs.
There's all sorts of stuff. And when you play, you'll see some of the other Easter eggs that are built into this cover.
There's something that some people forgot about comic art. And one of it is that comic books are a very quick read unless you really give the fans stuff to look for. Give us a reason to peruse the panel, not just see the main character and move on. Give us a reason to pause there and look at the whole panel. Make that art awesome. Hide stuff in there that we're gonna find and go, oh hell yeah. You know what I mean? That make the comic reading experience last 5 minutes longer. That's all I'm asking. Make us take the time to look.
Well, I've done that.
I know
a
you
few
do.
times.
I'm saying,
And
there's a
I'll
whole
tell
bunch
you
of people
what,
that are
when you
pretty
start
basic,
reading my story,
you know.
when you start reading my story, I'm going to reference things. I'm going to introduce, but not really introduce characters that are important later on. So you're going to get later into the story and be like, I've seen this person before. Where have I seen this person before? And it's like when you go back and you reread, you'll find these people. There's going to be secrets hidden all over the place. There's lots of foreshadowing and images that we don't talk about, but it's there. So it's the story, because I already wrote all 13 issues and then I started writing the second arc. I was able to go back and add all the things that are really cool into the first arc. So issues 1, 2, and 3, there's still stuff in there that you're like, when you go back, you'll read it and you'll see it. Dear reader, you are about to, I'll talk to you after the show, Ronnie. I will definitely take a look, but I'm kind of booked up for a while. But I want to make time to be on your show because I love your show. I know we were talking, I need to get on there, but let's figure it out, dude. I'll open my calendar. We'll figure it out. Dear reader, you're about to embark on a choose your own adventure based off the world of Path of the Pale Rider. The world is very dangerous.
You can invite
Remember the
Ronnie to
rules.
be on your show too.
What's that?
You can.
Oh yeah, Ronnie, you
Ronnie
can
to
come on
be
my
on
show
your
on
show,
Tuesdays.
too.
I have a show now. Tuesday morning brew. Chris comes on there, and so does Pops, and so can you. Tuesday morning.
You can.
I'd love to have you. Anyway, the death process is broken, and it applies to all things: animals, humans, insects, etc. Can all come back as undead if you dispatch them. Assume everyone will undead you, given the chance. Everyone. Nothing is as it seems. Use this logic and you'll survive. Probably not, but good luck.
Now, what I want to know, Chris.
Okay.
When are we going to get the Path of the Pale Rider board game?
At some point, we'll get there. We were talking. Jeremy and I were like brainstorming ideas for a video game where it like starts like the Oregon Trail. So it's like you get to play this 8-bit game in the wasteland, and like once you become undead, it becomes like a first-person shooter, and like things stop making sense, and like words are garbled, and it's like it just evolves into something completely different. So I mean, there's a lot of really good ideas out there. We'll have to see. We're still pretty new, guys. This is issue number 2, so we got a lot of possibilities. And yes, Chris, I want you to help me make a tabletop.
But there are a couple of things I do need to know.
Yeah.
One, again, just my brain goes weird. I read that it was volume 1 of the Choose Your Own Adventure. Okay.
Yes.
You have mine, right? You have the cult.
Yeah, I have it right here.
There is one page 74, as a matter of fact, that I am the single most disappointed in. And I know people usually don't share their disappointments, but I'm married long enough to do that. To be continued in Walker's Carnival, right?
Yeah.
I had that whole thing written, that whole section, but he said save it. Well, then he went out of business. Never got to use it. So there's an open thread that I would love to finish. Speaking of loving to finish phrasing, are there? And you can tell me shut up. I'm used to it. I've been married long enough. Is there anyone in there that is addicted to unaliving themselves? In other words, do you feel what I'm saying? I don't want you to give anything away too much, but I got to know.
Are there people that do it on purpose?
Yes, that's what I'm trying to get at. Yeah.
Yes. I've talked about this on other shows because at this point in the world, doesn't matter if you're alive. So there are people that just want to skip the fear and just go straight to that face.
Yes.
You're going to see all sorts of things in this comic. You'll see people that are very much the living is the only people we want in our community, and they actually are in denial that things are happening. You will see mixed communities. So like you go to the bar and you see a living dude and an undead dude, and you know what I mean? Some dude's head sitting on the counter and they're all getting served. You know what I mean? Like it's just another Tuesday. You'll see, I don't want to say too much, but there's a lot of stuff out there. You'll see what the undead are capable of when they band together. And sometimes it's great and sometimes it's horrific. You'll see, eventually you'll get to see what happens when you are a pile of bones.
Yeah.
Because you're still there. You don't get to leave no matter what. You could be a pile of ashes. We could burn you to ash. You're still there. So
what happens if we blow those ashes into the four winds?
That sucks for that person.
You're still all over the place.
All over the place.
I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing the traditionalists. Like, we should be zombie purists. We should be. This is the way our ancestors would have wanted it, eating brains.
There is that too.
I want to see the different factions.
There's a bunch of different factions, and just because we have had cannibalistic people, right? For real.
What's up, Max?
Shia LaBeouf.
Shia LaBeouf?
I don't know.
I didn't hear that one. I heard what's his face? The Lone Ranger guy. What's his name? Pops. We were talking about him before, and his name is escaping me. He was in The Social Network. He was in The Lone Ranger. He's the blonde guy.
Owen.
I'll think of it later. It'll pop in my head. But he had cannibalistic tendencies, and now he's selling timeshares in Florida. Okay, so he's a real guy. Anyway, but yeah, so we have cannibals in real life. So yes, we can have cannibals in Path of the Pale Rider, and you will see them around. It's just it's a crazy place, but it's like in 10 years into the apocalypse, the social norms are so all over the place. You know what I mean? Because of what happens. So people are just more of themselves. They're just more crazy. So, and then you have the group of people that in the beginning, they're like, these are zombies. We shoot them in the head and then they go away. So there's a bunch of people shooting undead people in the head. And of course that doesn't work. It just makes them more unpredictable because now they have less of their brain to access. So then they make it worse. So anyway, here's one of the grislier deaths. This is actually worse now that he finished this. I like the bugs in the mouth. Yep. Good times, people. Good times. You might be able to count. There is a way to die on like page 3. So if you die on page 3, sorry. And that's it, people. I have that. I did unlock a metal cover for people to choose. It's the A cover. So if you're into metal covers like I am, it's there. I do have this backer level. Can we go back to the Kickstarter? Get rid of this guy. Thank you. I'll push the button.
There it is. What would you like to see?
All right, so that's Immortality wholesale go down. There's one called The Bones of Despair.
Gotcha.
This is kind of like a secret. If you're brave, I'm going to give you some other stuff. Like you'll get all the variants and you're going to get a t-shirt and a keychain. But this Bones of Despair is kind of warped. It is something that you would put on a like you would display it. But yeah. So if you think about it, the bones in my world have people in it. So I had someone brave enough to do it. Yeah. So, but I'm going to tell him he's not allowed to share it on social media. So if you're interested in the Twisted Mind of Laurie, that's a good one. It's something that you're not going to find anywhere else, but you still get all like the good stuff too, you know?
T-shirt, keychain, all the books.
All the books signed. The A cover is signed, and then you get all the variants. You get the T-shirt, the keychain, and then the Bones of Despair. So you also get the PDF copy of number 2. Good luck.
You got me thinking. You got me thinking.
We got PDF level. We got all sorts of stuff. We
Yeah.
got the zombie bro level, like the zombie starter pack, where it's like my first issue, the first issue of Rays, and the first issue of Avalon. So, that's this and that. Yeah. I love naming reward levels because I think it's hilarious. So download this, download that, this and that, right? Zombie starter pack. That's POTPR, Rays, and Avalon, which is cool because you could see like different ways that we're interpreting the zombie genre, which is fun.
Mm-hmm.
Let's Get Physical. That one, no PDF, but if you want the comic and you don't want any bells and whistles, that's what that is for you. It's $10, man. It's a steal.
That's the cover A.
That's cover A.
Dun, dun, dun,
That
scrolling
guy.
quick. Yep.
You see, he's like stomping on a dude. I was like, Marco, please tell me what this is. He's like, it's the hard path he has to take. He has to go through people sometimes. I'm like, this is true. Stomping on the physical side of Jude, you know what he has to do. Early bird gets a sticker. Every issue that we do, we have I think this might be done soon. I only opened this up for 1 week, so I think it's only good until tomorrow.
19 minutes.
Oh, people, if you want a sticker, get on there right now, man.
That's it. 19 minutes.
Yeah. It's ticking down. So we had a collectible sticker on the first one, a real nice color picture with Jude and Prince, and they're having a touching moment. So the sticker on this one is I think it's Dwayne Fink being Dwayne Fink.
Nice.
So if you want a sticker, hop on it, dude, because there's only going to be so many left. So once that one is gone, get that to Have and Hold. That's the A cover and the digital. You know what I mean? That's the $15 group for that.
Mm-hmm.
And then of course you got all the variants. I don't know why I put them out of order. Sup, Filament X. Is it?
I got to
Filament
check
X?
out. I got to go have a little meeting with Mr. Criscow. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
And
Thanks, Pops, for stopping in, man.
You
Hey,
bet.
Phil.
What's up, Bill,
Steve,
Max? All you guys watching, keep watching. I
This
just
is
gotta
good
go
stuff,
handle some
guys.
business.
Come on up. Come on up. Come see what we got. I got cool
Yeah.
stuff. It's got lots of heads and Christmas trees.
Yeah. Dun, 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 dun.
Y'all have a good night. I will see you.
Good night,
Peace.
Pops.
See you, Pops.
So yeah, the C cover is this guy, the Everett Watkins red cover Christmas tree of doom. I was like, hey, Everett, how do you feel about doing a Christmas tree? He's like, really? For your comic? And I was like, well, we're going to decorate with zombies. And he was like, okay, that sounds more like you. Yep. I'm like, that's how I roll.
Mm-hmm. And the B, that
The B
is
cover, David Rodriguez cover, Jude behind bars with a dead disc. That's a bad day.
Mm-hmm.
D covers the poker game with Professor Richness.
I just like his face.
I know.
Yeah.
He just makes everybody so animated. You know what I mean? Like they're all surprised that Jude throws down a handful of aces.
Mm-hmm.
Although we almost changed the hand. I guess it's like a pair of eights and a pair of aces is called the dead man's
Dead
hand.
man's hand. Yep.
So it was like, oh, we should have done that. I didn't know about it until afterwards. So good
Yeah, I
thinking.
can't wait to see that one colored.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, any day now. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. For all you guys who are coming and you're new to this project, this is your catch-up tier. You get catch-up of both PDFs and catch-up physical copies because you're going to want them. Get that PDF one so you can read it as soon as number 2 is done. I'll send both the PDFs together so you can get caught up in the story. But then you want the physical ones, right? Because we need to have them, touch them, smell them, feel the paper, all that jazz. So
yeah, you're gonna be mad at me.
Why?
I mean, just because I am me, but I read the digital so I wouldn't have to open up the physical.
Yeah.
So I never pulled it off and did the thingy.
Oh, is that why you didn't solve the riddle? Well, now I told you how to do it.
I know I have
Now
to
you can
do
just
it.
pull up an image. You can pull it up on your computer. Pull it up on the Kickstarter. Get a little piece of red cellophane, and you'll be able to solve it.
Yeah.
Basically, you have to search for a Facebook group, and I spell it out at the bottom. And then get in there and claim your bragging rights because number 2 is coming. The Nat special. My buddy Nat is a collector, but he wants the physical copy to read, and he wants the physical copy signed to save. Right? So that's what this one is for you people. So you get the digital, if you want to read that. Some people don't. Some people want the physical thing. But you get 2 A covers, one that is signed by both of us, and one that you can actually open and read. So insert T-shirt graphic here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, do we have what this one's going to look like yet?
I have 2 ideas. One that involves a swear word where it's Jude St. Clair doing the bullshit, and then POTPR spelled out with American Sign Language. And then I'm deciding on the second T-shirt. I think I'm gonna do you remember the collectible sticker from last time where it's Jude and Prince? I want to do a nice one too, because I don't think my mom wants to wear the bullshit T-shirt, even though I think that would be hilarious and be like my Catholic mother wearing a Jude St. Clair spelling out, POTPR with bullshit. So I'm gonna make a friendly one, and then of course a swear word one. So that's the plan. Keychain is going to be different this time. I did the plastic with the initials POTPR. I'm making a much nicer keychain. I'm making them myself. I don't know if people know, but I have a fine arts degree in jewelry and metalsmithing. So this is going to be an aluminum backing with POTPR etched, and then a piece of leather that's going to be stamped with a bunch of skulls put together. So it's going to be a much nicer keychain. I have ideas for the next keychain too.
I was going to say, you're never going to want to talk to me again.
Why?
Are we ever going to get a disc keychain?
That was talked about. We talked about that. I have to see if I can figure that out. But yes, that was talked about. I also kind of want to do a keychain that has a black light in it, because I'm always sending black light messages to people and they don't always have a black light. So if I just I do a level where I'm just like, hey, everybody, here's a keychain. You know what I mean? And it has a black light in it, then I can start sending everybody black light messages. You know what I mean? So that might be one of the riddles. You're like, where the fuck is the answer? And it's like black light, and there it is. Yep. And it could be inside the issue. Wholesale purchase.
Of course.
You get 10 copies, people. We'll ship them to you. Resale them for whatever you like.
Yep.
Amen. This is the immortality level that was so popular the first time. We will draw you into the comic. That 4x6 print is actually a 5x7, so I did not. I'll have to fix that. So it gets all the things, and then if you send me they do like a 3-point left, front, right reference photo. That's how we draw you into the comic. Thank you.
Yeah. You too can be a
undead
headless
zombie
monster. Yeah.
We actually let 2 people live so far. We've had 5. We've had 5 references show up. We let 2 people live, and the other 2 people are dead. We got 1 left that we haven't introduced. So I had to limit those because I was afraid we were going to have 45 people who want their likeness drawn into the comic. So I limited those. Metal cover.
Yeah. How do you get metal covers done?
Huh?
Where'd you get the metal covers done?
Charter's going to do them.
Nice. A nice leather skull head keychain.
Yep. PDF and a signed copy.
There you go.
So
yeah, I can't wait to see these. I can't wait to see those when you get them in.
The metal covers, I know. I'm excited for those. Bones of Despair, we talked about that one. It's warped, people. I can't tell you much more other than you're going to be like, what the F is this, Laurie?
I don't want to alter the 69 because I mean, come on, but
it's not an add-on. That's the problem.
Yeah,
I did not make that an add-on optional, and I did not make the Funko Pops add-on either. Yeah. Those are tricky because those are expensive to make. Those are actually the most expensive item merch, because it cost me quite a bit to make those Funko Pops. So, unfortunately, if you don't back them here, that's it.
That's it.
That's it. I might open up all of them later once we get further into the story, but I'm always going to change them. So like this Jude Funko Pop orange box will have a certain design. If we run them again, it'll be different. You know what I mean? It'll have either different hat. It'll be the undead, or, we're going to change his shoes. I don't know. There's actually we could do a shoeless version. That'll be hilarious.
Stomping.
Yeah. Stomping a dude. Why
Blood
not?
stomp. Yeah.
But these are really nice Funko Pops, people. They're really nice. So if you're
Yeah.
into Funko
We have-
Pops, don't pass up this opportunity. Grab one.
Do we
And
have
of
to
course,
put-
we had the Singularity, which is gone.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, she snatched that one up quicker than.
I think she was backer number 4. I think it was like Allie and then you, and then there was one other person, and then Rachel got in. But she was lucky. I was like, oh God, if someone gets that before she does, that's a bad day. Yeah.
Yeah, because this one has.
Everything. It's
Big
the Funko of Big James.
Yep, and the bones.
And the bones. She gets a bones.
Mm-hmm. Very cool. Very cool. So, look at that sexy right there.
I know. I was like, look at his professional pictures. And then there's me who's like scary as shit.
Glamour shots.
Like, angry girl. Stab you in the face.
Yeah, I'm not. Who are you having with the colors?
That's Marco's colors.
Really? So he's doing both. Wow.
Yeah,
See,
he
should
does
just do
everything
it right
except for
away.
letter. I letter.
Nice.
But
Yeah,
he
he
does
should just
everything.
do it
He
right
wouldn't
away.
even let me flat it. I wanted to flat it for him. He's like, no, I have my process. I'll just do it. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah, Ronnie. Man, you got to see who this Dwayne Fink guy is. It's really funny. Dwayne is one of those characters where I just love to write him because he just kind of like wanders through the apocalypse with not a care in the world and
Mhm.
somehow manages to survive. Yeah.
Where's my boy?
Dwayne.
There he is.
Look at him. When Marco did the character design where he's like, he has his pants like up to his ribs and like
Mhm.
he's all dirty and nasty and holes everywhere and his eyebrows are real bushy and like the first time he drew him was like his pupils were different sizes. I was like, oh my God. Missing teeth. Like,
Yep.
I was like, see, I'm like, you get it, Marco, you get it.
I am related to you. I swear to. So yeah, I can't wait for this one too. And let's see. All right. Yeah. We talked a bit about the choose your own adventure part.
Yeah.
And you said you're going to have more of those.
Probably. There's so many other things that we can explore. You know what I mean? Like being undead. There is one path in the book that you can take that will lead you to becoming undead, and you have to make some choices as an undead person. But I think we can really explore more of that, like what it's like to be undead in a community that doesn't want you there. You know what I mean? And what do you do? Do you hide? Do you run? Where do you go? You know what I mean? What happens to you once you get collected? So I might have to wait too. Because I don't want to spoil anything either. Because you will see the undead retirement community.
Oh, good.
It's not a fun place.
But again, that's the nice thing about these, or even like the side story by Allie.
Mm-hmm.
There's so much of the world that you're like you said, you're only seeing it through Jude's eyes as he's walking through it. He met should I say he met the family in the first one?
Yeah, you can talk about the family. That's fine.
Okay. Yeah, you don't know what happened to them except for what he saw.
Right.
So they have so much on them that you might be able to. I mean, that they could be doing.
Right.
What did they experience?
What did they experience? That little girl is younger than 10, so she has no clue. You know, she's not afraid of Jude. She's very innocent, you know, in her reaction to Jude and Prince, and makes you wonder how she got through all that, you know, or what her mother did to kind of stop her from experiencing the terribleness of the world.
Right.
I have to see. So yeah, you might see them again. You might not. I was on another show and they were like, Laurie, we don't trust you with any of your characters after what you did in issue number 1. And I was like, really? And they were like, yeah. I was like, I let a bunch of people live. I let the kid live in the beginning. I let the mom and their daughter live. And they were like, listen, if you touch that mom and that daughter, we're coming for you. And I was like, oh, no promises. And they're like, I don't trust you. You know what I mean? I was like, nobody's safe. Nobody's safe in this world. But that doesn't mean that you can't see them again. Like we could see Prince.
Mm-hmm.
We could see Prince again.
Everybody dies.
Yep.
That's the thing.
Even though that was a massive spoiler. Sorry, people.
That's okay.
Read the comic. Read the comic.
Yeah. You should. You should have already had this by now. In fact,
Yeah.
if you didn't, I should already see 51, 52, 53.
I was like,
grabbing.
where is everybody? Come on out. Come back to
Yeah.
this wonderful
I know I
story.
have no friends, but come on.
Let's see. I was trying to think of all the different references that are in the first issue. There's definitely Star Wars. There's
Mhm.
DC Comics reference of Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
There's Lethal Weapon.
Mm-hmm.
There's BJ and the Bear, if anybody remembers that old CB radio show, which is funny. What else? I mean, in the future, I will reference like, how much do I want to give away? I will reference Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
How? Obviously, the society's regressed. Okay, I say regressed, but they still have the tech. How
Right.
far into close to modern times were they before this happened, or can't you say yet?
It was 2020 when it all went down.
Right.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
I mean, it's 2030. So it's the 10 years things have developed really quick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And so their timeline had still, it advanced pretty much to where we were, and then
Yes.
then went foobar.
Went foobar. But I mean, we could talk about this more. Like, what would happen if your main threat is undead people? Would
Mhm.
guns still be an effective weapon against the undead? No.
Mm-hmm.
So what kind of weapon would we use against the undead?
Yeah. What if Jeffrey Dahmer became an undead? Because I mean,
Then you'd have zombies eating people.
yeah, but I mean, or I should say somebody similar to him. Like you were a psychopath in in a lot when you were alive.
And now they can't. I mean, like their inhibition, right?
Now I have nothing holding me back.
Right.
That'd be an interesting one too.
There's cults. I mean, like as you saw in the video, it's like there's people think it's all sorts of things, that it's aliens, that it's government, that it's a virus, that it's vaccines that we've put in our body, that it's food based, the rapture, that it was Jesus. We always see those, what are they, disclaimer or something in front of the zombie movies where they're like, the dead will walk the earth when hell is full or something like that. You know what I mean? So people who take a religious spin on it. So you're going to see all these people from different factions in this world and how they interact with each other, how they interact with Jude. It's wild. It's a wild place. But yeah, it's like, if you want to see how wild it is, choose your own adventure and walk around in there for a little bit.
Yep. That was the thing I wanted to grab first, was that one. I wanted to make sure I grabbed that. Now, speaking of grabbing things, you do have something else you have here. You want to show that?
Which one? Oh,
The
yeah.
Black and white.
Do it. I can't load it. How do you feel about that?
I know where my brain went. I mean,
Where'd it
besides
go?
the Hellraiser puzzle box, but I know those pictures from the front of the books.
Oh, you were paying attention.
I try.
So if you're paying attention, there's a sticker. Well, first of all, we have this guy.
Let me make you big.
Zoom in. We got this symbol. I'm right. Right. And then on the front, thank you page, of course, which is awesome. That was a fun time putting everybody's names into a skull. But on this page, the quote page, we have 3 symbols. And one of them is that symbol. Dun, dun, dun. Something's coming, people. And it's not good. It's not good. So I'm having fun with these videos. You're going to see more of that as we kind of work our way towards the full video of that. Are I really don't want to say too much more. It's
That's
just
good. That's good.
it's
I like.
creepy, and it's meant to be creepy.
Mm-hmm. That's why I didn't leave it up too long. I went, take it down.
Well, it's
them
only 30
guessing.
seconds.
Keep them guessing.
Yeah. Good luck, people. Good luck.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's
Well,
it. That's what we got going on. And
yeah, I was gonna say it's actually been an hour and a half. It's a half hour
Really?
longer than I usually go, so I appreciate
dang.
that. Yeah. Look, I suck, but time flies when you have fun.
yeah, I was having a fun time too.
Yeah.
So that's what happens.
That's good. So again, we have all the socials. Where are you going to be soon? Where can we come pick you up?
Let's see. Well, I'm always on the Facebook group. You'll see me update stuff there. We're on Instagram. We're on Twitter. I have a blog on the webpage that nobody reads. So I put stuff there, which is actually really funny, and no one ever reads it. So if the first person that's going to read it is actually going to be chuckling. I'm actually going to be at Cowtown Con in Fort Worth on October 22nd and 23rd, both days. So if you want to come see me in person, I'm going to have a Cowtown exclusive. I'm going to have some 11x17 prints for you guys as well that are not going to be available on the Kickstarter. So it's going to be exclusive to there. Yeah, so come see me, come chat with me. Yeah, I want to meet more people. It'll be fun. I love doing cons. I don't sit during cons. I'm usually out talking to people. So it's a good time. And then my feet hurt for a week. So
all right.
That's where I'm going to be. Come
That's
see me.
good.
I'm going to be on all sorts of shows. I think I have a show every single day until the 19th. The 19th is the first day I have a day off.
And then you'll take
So-
like 2 weeks to get the next one ready, then back into 137 shows a week.
Probably. Like I think I have those 3 days open. But like even then, like Jason from Bring to Popcorn was just like, "What days are you free next?" And I was like, "The 19th, the 20th, and 21st." He's like, "We're gonna pick one of those days, and I want you back on the show so we can review, like old time scary movies, stuff like that." So I like to stay busy. I'm able to come on shows like Ronnie. We're gonna figure out a time that I can get on your show. I like talking about my project. I like talking about horror. I like talking about just anything nerdy. I can talk about martial arts for days. It's a good time. I like hanging out. I like meeting new people.
Yeah, bring them to the
I like hanging
madness.
out with Chris.
Bring them to your show on Tuesday morning at.
Tuesday Morning Brew. We're on from 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time until 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that one is like it's so fun to be on because it's so off the rails. We will have guests from time to time. If we don't have guests, we have like the full Brady Bunch screen going with everybody, and it's just there's such great personalities to interact with, and we're really funny. We'll go off the rails for sure. We see something shiny, and it's just like, okay, go that way.
It's unfiltered.
So, really unfiltered. I mean, like we had Sam Vera on, and of course his comic is called "There's an Alien in My Toilet," and the alien's name is Duty from Uranus, and like the entire show was just like poop-based humor.
Yeah.
Even after he left, poop-based humor.
We are permanently 12 years old.
I mean, that's how it was in that episode. So it was funny. It was funny. We have a fun time.
Awesome. And I'm going to be switching this one here. Usually I do it Friday at 9, right? But we're doing it Friday at 11 a.m. because that's usually when we can get more people to play and everything else when we do the gaming stuff. So we'll have this kind of thing open for if anybody else wants to come on.
Oh.
So we look forward to having you.
Yeah.
Being here.
I have to see him. This Friday was weird because my kids are off of school. So Pops was like, "Here's the link. Come play a game." And I was like, "Oh," I was like, been entertaining the children. We were in the pool today because, we were actually in the hot tub because it was a little chilly. But yeah, entertaining the children because they're off of school. So, but usually on Fridays I don't have anything going on unless I'm in an interview, so I can hop on gaming. That would be fun.
Nice. And I know you said you wanted to take a look at the cult, so I can show you that after.
Yeah.
So we'll do that after if you want.
Okay.
I won't hold up anybody here.
Cool.
But yeah, again, I really appreciate you coming out. We'll play the exit, and we'll catch you back here next time.
Bye, everybody.
See you.
Thanks for watching.